welcome back. Today I want to talk about 7 English/British things that I now cannot live without. England has a bunch of not so game shows. Now, your typical game show would be you have some contestants, random people from the region that come participate in a competition. There's usually some kind of prize at the end. They definitely have those here in England, don't get me wrong. They also have celebrity-based shows that are not really game shows. They're almost like they get points and they have questions and they have teams and they compete against each other, but it's more about making fun of the news or making fun of pop culture or even making fun of each other as celebrities. They also have things called panel shows, which are basically celebrities that like analyze news and talk about the news, and it's all presented in a really funny way. Everything about British humor is really funny to me, and so these are things now that I've gotten used to seeing and I've gotten used to watching, and I don't know that I could live without them if I had to. If anyone has seen any of my previous lives, you've noticed that I've been struggling with getting sick a lot since I've moved here to the UK, and so this has been a lifesaver for me. Beecham's is like a cold medicine that is kind of like the equivalent of NyQuil that we have in the United States, but it's much, much stronger. The best part about Beecham's is that you can buy it over the counter, and you don't have to worry about going to the doctor or have a prescription. And literally I can take one in the morning and it gets me through my entire workday. Whereas medicine in America, I'd have to take 1 or 2 in the morning, and then like right after lunch or at the 3 o'clock lull of the day, I'd have to take more in order to get through the rest of the day and get home and do everything I had to do at home. Really, really great to have something like Beecham's that I can go and just grab from the local pharmacy. And I don't think that I could go back to having regular US over-the-counter medicine anymore. For those of you who don't know, taking the piss is slang for like making fun of each other or just calling each other out and having a laugh. I really enjoy this about the British/English culture. I always tried not to take myself too seriously, but the British here, they take it to another level. Not meant to be offensive in any way, because the culture over here overall is very polite and usually not insulting in any way unless they really need to. And if they really want to, you're going to know that they're insulting you. If someone is taking the piss out of you and making fun of you, that means they're very comfortable around you in most cases. And it's actually a compliment. It's a way to show their affection and endearment to you. So I find it amazing. I think it's hilarious, and I have definitely picked up on it. People in the United States are a little bit more sensitive and take things a little bit more personally. I think it's because we are much more of a direct culture. And we assume that like you would tell us something positive if it was positive, and trying to insult us in some way or trying to tell us about something bad without being rude. So I just think it's a difference in culture, but I do definitely appreciate that, and I love that part of the culture. I don't think I could go back to the American way. This next one is not going to surprise anybody that has seen any of my videos before, but Yorkshire pudding is my favorite English food. I know it's kind of a random one, but for those of you who don't know, Yorkshire pudding is kind of like a popover, but it's much more tasty. It's made with like meat drippings and meat like goose fat and things like that, and it soaks up the flavor. It's really, really delicious. I have them as often as I possibly can. They're one of my favorite things about the British food here. Some of them are tiny, you know, it's just as like sides, and some of them are huge where you can put your whole meal inside of them. They're brilliant, and I'm going to link a video right here now. This is a Yorkshire wrap that comes around Christmas time here, and it is delicious. So Yorkshires, I definitely couldn't live without now. There's a lot of pubs here in England. Shocking. Also, a lot of the pubs, particularly in the countryside areas, actually have beer gardens. So in the summer or when the weather is really nice, they'll open up the back and they'll have seating outside, and you can bring your dogs, and sometimes they have playgrounds and stuff for the kids to play on. You don't even have to have a meal. You can just sit there and have a pint or even have a coffee and just have a chat with your friends and meet up and enjoy the weather. I think beer gardens are something that a lot of places in America try to replicate. Lots of places have outdoor seating, but it's a lot more relaxed, and it's usually got a country view of some sort. You can just enjoy the nice weather and enjoy the scenery. And I definitely prefer the English version much better. Have said this many times in my video before, but America is just not conducive to walking except for maybe a few very specific cities and even just the areas of those cities. There's just so much space, there's so much land, everything is spread out. So the walking culture just isn't really prevalent that much in America. You need a car to get around in most places. But here in England, it's exactly the opposite. Everything is built around walking, probably due to the age of the country. I'd say it's pretty obvious, actually. Everything is really easy to get to, even when you have to go long distances. Like, I do have to go a little bit outside of town to go to work, but I can walk to the train, and then I can walk from the train station in that town to my office and vice versa, all the way back to town center. We can walk to a grocery store. We can walk to a pub, just walk to the park or anything like that. Most things are really easy to get to on foot. It's just a stark difference from America, and it's something I really, really enjoy and really love. And I find myself wanting to actually walk more often than drive or even take public transport in a lot of places. Even on our vacation, when we went abroad, I found myself being like, no, we don't really need a taxi. We can just walk. And my mindset has just completely changed that if walking is an option, I'll probably opt for that. The biggest thing that I can't live without any longer living here in England now, it's the relaxed lifestyle. Much more of a better work-life balance. It's much more of a culture that's work to live and not live to work like America is. There's a lot of time off. There's a lot of activities and things happening in the community all the time. There's so many places to see and discover and explore, and there's so many things to learn. Not just for someone as a foreigner like myself, but also for people within the country. Even London, I go to London a lot because it's just a brilliant city. But I never get tired of it. There's always something new to see. There's always something new to discover and experience. And I really can't see myself getting sick of it anytime soon. Don't get me wrong, there's lots of places like that in America, but it just doesn't have the same kind of relaxed feel. Like even New York and Manhattan, which is a place that I love, and it is equivalent to London in the fact that there are lots of things to see, do, discover, find, and lots of history there. But it's just a really go kind of culture. It's a really fast-paced lifestyle, and you get kind of caught up with it when you're in Manhattan. It's just not the same here, even when you're in a city like London. It is much faster than most of the countryside places and all the villages, but it's still not nearly as fast as it is in America, and I'm really enjoying that. I'm really enjoying having more time to spend with people that I love, having more time to just do things that I enjoy, and also just more time in general to just appreciate life and enjoy life. So make sure you let me know what your favorite stuff about living here in England is down below in the comments. Or if you think that I am completely off base, you can leave those comments down below as well. I respond to every comment eventually. I'm a little behind, but I will get to it, I promise. Hope you enjoy, and I'll see you in the next video.